Hope you're all doing really well. Welcome to the Leeds View, our late night stream, because Leeds have signed a player. We said we keep doing these for the course of the season. You can see your comments down below in the corner. We will get to your comments as we go through this, but we've got the information, the confirmation. And for those who always say it, I won't believe it. They see him in a Leeds shirt. I'm going to keep on saying this with every sighting. There he is, Tarik Muharemovic. I practiced this right, and I still Muharemovic in a Leeds United shirt. And yeah, great to get him on. Fantastic signing. We got the detail as well of what his contract looks like, what Leeds have put into this. There's rumour on the weekly wage as well. We've got his initial comments. Leeds haven't stuck him in a Leeds shirt, though. I mean, first thing I'd be doing is making sure we had him on a Leeds United jersey. So we've done that. So there we go. Tarik Muharemovic. Muharemovic. You have to roll the R on Muharemovic to get that one right. Or Graham Smith's calling it the accent over the A to get it right. But there he is. He signed for Leeds United. He is a Leeds United player. That is not the Leeds United home shirt for those who are asking. But if you want to have a little look at him, we'll slap him up there. We'll get rid of that. And there he is. There he is, the man himself, Tarik Muharemovic in a Leeds United top. It's a top. It's a leisure wear. They stuck him in training gear and they stuck him in leisure wear. So there you go. That's a different background. That's got nothing to do with any of you lot. So you can't be seeing that. That's the other job. Anyway, there we go. I'll give you the detail on this as well. Tarik. Oh yeah, IK. Tarik Muharemovic has signed a 5-year deal at Leeds United. So a nice lengthy contract as well. £34 million from Sassuolo. Juve will get their 50% sell-on clause in that. 32 appearances in Serie A last season. Team Talk reckon he's on 100 grand a week. That's not being confirmed by anybody else, but stick it beside it. Team Talk say topping off at around £100,000 a week. Andrea Russo's been on to me today. Great signing. Won't be surprised if this is similar to a Dejan Kujan at Bournemouth, where a Real Madrid or someone else come in for him. And he was talking to some Sassuolo fans who believe within 2 or 3 years, Muharemovic could be leaving Leeds United or going to another club for in around 60, 70 million quid. So unless we let him get to the final year of his contract, in this case, he'll go for 18. I'm joking. I'm being bitter. I'm only joking. But there you go. He has signed on the dotted line for Leeds. Leeds have beaten off competition from Sunderland and Bournemouth. We've had a look around as well. There's a lot of the Sunderland sites had him in a Sunderland shirt 2-3 days ago. They were very confident that they were going to get him. They didn't. He's chosen Leeds over European football. So whatever Leeds have sold to him, it's worked. And also, Julian Brandt's father was at Ellen Road at Thorpe Arch today, confirmed by all the journalists as well, to have talks with Leeds United. And if Leeds can sell that to him the way they've sold it to Brandt, the way they sold it to Muharemovic, could be a hell of a summer, lads. Could be an absolute hell of a summer. Statistics-wise, what he is known for, long-range passing, accuracy, very dominant in the air, wins an awful lot of his duels, and very good on the deck. If you want to see him in a side-by-side with Pascal, I need to change my background first because that's going to get me in trouble. Put that one there for now. This is what they look like side-by-side. Slapped it on the stage there, and we'll remove the overlay so you can get a proper look at it. So there you go there. I'll zoom in a little bit on it so you can get a proper look. So he's 3 years younger than Pascal Stroke. He's 3 centimeters taller than Pascal Stroke. Market value irrelevant in this situation. Plays for Leeds United now. His average SOFA score rating last season was 6.87. Stroke's was 6.79. You've got to take into consideration the league that he played in, Serie A versus the Premier League. See his heat map. Sorry, do you know what? That's the World Cup. Let's change that. There we go. That's better. There we go. 6.86, yeah, still there. And there's his heat map versus Pascal Stroke. Pretty similar. He got 2 goals and 2 assists last season in Serie A as well. When you go minutes per game, 86 average for Pascal Stroke, 89 average for Muharemovic. Total minutes played, 2,937 for Stroke, 2,835 for Muharemovic. And matches played, 34 versus 32. Attacking wise, 2 goals for Muharemovic, 0 for Pascal Stroke. Expected XG, 3 for Pascal Stroke. So he underperformed in his XG, where Muharemovic has exceeded his XG, which was 1.6. There's the games per goal, shots off target, big chances, missed 3 versus 4. Assists 2 versus 1. Expected assists 0.7, 0.4. Long balls completion 39.6% versus 46%. So again, take the consideration of the league into consideration, I should say. Interceptions, 0.9 versus 1.4. Tackles per game, 1.1 versus 1.4. Dribbles passed, 0.5. That's always the weakness of Pascal Struijk. You can get around them. Less so the case of Muharemovic. Clearances, 6.1 versus 6.9. Successful dribbles himself, 66%, 63%. Ground duels won, 55 versus 64. Aerial duels won, 55 versus 64. Possession loss, 7.3 versus 8.2. Likes to carry the ball, you can see that. And popular player comparisons. I don't know why they're comparing him to David Raya. William Saliba and Ruben Diaz are similar ones. And there you go. That's the side-by-side on it. So done and dusted. He did do a video at the club. And in his video, he said, "My name is Tarik Muharemovic. I joined a club that's built on commitment, hard work, and the fire of defense. And that is what has brought me here. That's the mentality I share. Win your battles, stay calm under pressure, and always keep fighting. I'm ready. Marching on together." So there we go. That's the basics. We'll likely get the interviews today. We will have a transfer talk tomorrow to talk about the rest of the transfers that are flowing around. But that's the basic detail. We'll jump into some of your comments to see what everyone thinks about this. There's a lot of comments. Thanks to everyone who's watching, by the way, tonight. If you want to stick a like on the video, you can. I'm not going to cover any of the transfer stuff. You can check all of that out on today's news. So I would very much appreciate you all taking 10 minutes out of your evening to watch later on. I'll give you the detail. We don't cover Muharemovic in today's Leeds news at all, just to give you that. Gitty Yankee. Big Bastard FC 2.0. Yes, Kimberly's here as well. Fantastic. Who's next? A lot of talk about Julian Brandt. A lot of talk about James Trafford. That one could rumble on. I'm not going to talk about Shea Charles. Look, leave me alone. Calvin says, on to the next one. What are we like? Like it's Shiny Toys FC is what it actually is. Oh, great. We got him next. Move on. Sly's here. How you doing, Sly? Yorkie's here. Good to see you. Will says, why do we always do our business in second gear? Does it matter as long as it gets done? Players travel out to the US on Tuesday for pre-season tour, and he will be on the plane. Great news. Hope Trafford is next. Jim is in here. Hey, Jim. Hope you're well, pal. Delighted with this one in the bag, showing real intent and great work from the 49ers to sell the vision to big players. Trafford next with a bit of luck, possibly Brandt and number 9. If we were to get, look, it's still an if, and you have to say it's an if. And to everyone that says, I won't believe it till I see them in a Leeds shirt, you're right. You're right to do that. You shouldn't until you see him in a Leeds United shirt. But you can dream a little bit. And if Leeds were to bring those players in and sell these projects in, that's a whopper of a summer. It really is a whopper of a summer. Trafford would be the icing on the cake. The roaming Crummies says, great statement of intent with the signing. Hopefully more to come. First time catching a live from Western Australia. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you in Western Australia. It could be nighttime, actually. I don't actually know what time it is over there. And Wilf says, still need a fullback cover. We do. Completely agree. The list goes on, but not sure the money will. Well, players are going to have to leave. Players are going to have to go. Should have brought my glasses in, shouldn't I, for this? They're very far away. Remote Darren says, Trafford as a goalkeeper and a new striker will be great before the season starts. I'd like to see more goal scorers in this thing. I think one more striker would be nice, all right, yeah. Smith Riley, was that the new home shirt? No, it wasn't the new home shirt. It's a leisure top. That's all it is. Beautiful. Oh, hang on a second. That's just after you have to remind me there. Thank you for that, by the way. By the way. Thanks for reminding me, because I'm not making a mess of that one there. Been a memento, por favor. Great show. Don't have any links, by the way, for that top, but if you want links and you want to help the channel out, I can put a Fanatics link up in the morning and you can click on it if you want. I can stick it out later on the Instagram page as well, if you do want to check that out. That's that been sorted. Didn't tag the video. There we go. Video tagged. We're good. We are good. So yeah, that's a training top or t-shirt, leisure wear. Gavin, we need a goalkeeper, left centre back. Well, he is the left centre back. Possibly cover. My mates text me today. Any chance of John Stones? You can dream. A winger and a 10. Yeah, great sighting. Oliver's here. Good evening to you, Oliver. Hope you're well. Sorry, too many buttons. Jamie Farrell, great to have a replacement for Stroke. Good morning, Jer. Good morning, Andrew. Paul says Trafford and Brandt would be awesome. To McDonald, yes, Jer. Yes, absolutely. Mark my words. Welcome to the Bosnian Bomber. Like that. American MOT. Howdy, Jer. Happy Friday, MOT. Happy Friday to you all. Congratulations on surviving another week. Rally. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is a very happy Friday. Julian Knight says, evening, Jer, and evening, everyone else. Great news, great signing. It really is. Brendan Moore. He is 6'5", I believe, and is going to play in goal as well. Anywhere across the back and anywhere he's needed. That's where he's got to play. Rob Music in the house. Good evening to you, pal. Hope you're well. Nice Prezi for the weekend. It is a nice Prezi for the weekend. Agent Smith, club now releasing videos of Muharemovic. They are. Afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks, Jer, always for the updates. It's absolutely my pleasure. Sarah says it is 6'5", bloody hell. Yeah, he's an inch taller than me. About that now. About that. Here he is. He's got hair. That's the inch. That's the difference. Steve Bowler says it has a new home shirt. It's not the new home shirt. The new home shirt's that pinstripe thing that's doing the rounds. I won't be buying. But it is doing the rounds. And with Brandt's dad agent being at Ellen Road, maybe he's next. But he's meeting at other clubs, I think, as well. But hey, what a signing that would be. I've seen people try and downplay it already. Why do people do that? He hasn't even put a Leeds shirt on, and Leeds are already, fans are trying to downplay it. Julian Brandt would be a cracking signing. Cracking signing. Anthony Callan says, says, great signing. Now move for Brandt. No sound. What are you talking about, no sound? Twice in one day. Great signing on MOT. Through the door. Sounds fine. Thank you, Oliver. Why do people do that? My God. You're what? 12 minutes into a live stream and someone says no sound. Come on. Warren says 23 years old, peak years for last season, and we're looking at future-proof this year. Yeah, we absolutely are. He speaks English as well. He does. That'll be easy. Cool Media Marketing says he's in a Leeds shirt and done the interviews. Yes, he has. Sounds fixed. Was it gone off? Did it go off? I must have punched the microphone, did I? Roger, Abramovich must bring some money. Who's Abramovich? It's Muharemovic. They just called him Tarik. It's Tarik Muharemovic. Fantastic news. By the end of the season, Jeremy, I mean, look, I'm trying, yeah. There's a roll of the R. The way he's saying it, and I have it written down phonetically, Tarik Muharemovic. Muharemovic. Call him Moo Moo. Can we call him Moo Moo? My dog's called Moo Moo. We call him Moo Moo. Brad said, did he play all the World Cup games? He did. He was sent off against Switzerland in that last game, although his league disciplinary record is quite good. Annabelle, he looked really happy to be here as well. Couldn't stop smiling. That's what you want to see. Bowie, and that's why he was smiling. Obviously, he wanted to play best club in the league. Doubt he's on that much. I don't know, Oliver. I don't know. You're trying to get bigger players and you're going to have to offer the money in a 5-year deal as well. You never know. First for us, possibly. Yeah, possibly. Ian Ward, can't wait to watch along, Jer. Bet you're hoping Rodon doesn't buy. Yeah, the watch alongs are going to be crack. I'm going to be great crack. Yeah, watch alongs are on bigup.com, by the way. If you don't follow us over on bigup.com, go on to bigup.com. The Leeds View, we do watch alongs for every single game. They're completely free to join. No adverts, nothing like that. Straight through. You can join us there if you want to. How long can we keep them? Well, as long as we make money back on them in the future. You know, that's progression. Brandt next, Trafford after. Love that, says Sarah. Absolutely. We need 2 goalkeepers, centre forward and number 10 now. Yeah, Perry's not gone just yet, but we will need a backup if we do bring in James Trafford. You'd likely see a more experienced free transfer probably come in, which I'd like to see. Bacon here. Bacon tonight. Jack says, are Leeds bigger than Sunderland now? Well, you don't want to tempt fate, though. This time last year, they nicked Siddiqui and Diarra off us already, so that's gone. We'll see. Wasn't today, was the week. Wasn't today, was this week, Jer. What was this week? I'm signing for us today. Signing this week. Yorkie says, it's been a decent window so far. It has been. Always bigger. Brandt ER, yeah. Get your passports out, lads. Drop in the likes if you can. Really appreciate that. There's 600 watching. If you could stick a like on it, that would be awesome. Agent Smith, I've got a feeling Brandt's father will have left quite impressed. Well, the fact that he was there today and we're signing a player like Muharemovic. You get it right that time? Andrew Broughton, now can we celebrate this masterpiece signing? We can. And also, can we just say, give them some time to settle in. Let's not go a week into the season and calling him crap. Let's give him some time. Yeah. Malcolm says, if we get Brandt, do you think we need Charles? Yes, because Charles is a central defensive midfielder, possible box-to-box 8. Brandt is a 10, possible wide player. Different profiles, different positions. Jonathan says, of course, Stroke missed 3 setters. Hit the bar a couple of times. That's actually what happened. Leeds says, easy now, Jer. Hope you're good. I am good. I am good day today. It's Liam says, quality player by the looks of it. Yeah, he does. Agent Smith, Jack Harrison has allegedly sold his house. Gone quiet on Jack. I think the exits are going to be really quiet. I think they're just going to boom, like Isaac Schmidt. See? Chris is here, says, at Jack Spurs, Leeds United will always be bigger than Sunderland, in fact. We like to think so. Mark Rankin says, I won't lie, I've been getting just a bit nervous as the time went by and there was no official announcement. This is outstanding news. Get used to this with Leeds. I got nervous when the plane was cancelled. I thought it was Cody Gakpo again. Like, don't do this to us. Heard that as well. Interview on LUFC now, Jer. Brilliant stuff. We can check that out in a while. Sean Healy, good evening to you, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you're well. What a signing and what a big boy he is. Sean, you'll need a stepladder, mate, to shake his hand. You're going to need to get a stepladder. I hope you're well, pal. It's great to see you here. Hey up, John. Quality says Abigail signing. Yeah, I got you, mate. LUFC site has the interview. Good to see you. Have we actually got him in a Leeds jersey yet? Outside of the picture we put up. Because that's the player in a Leeds shirt. I'm not going to believe it. I see him in a Leeds shirt. Technically, he hasn't put a Leeds shirt on yet. Don't see the interview on the Leeds United site, by the way, lads. He has signed for Leeds. And it just says, Leeds United are delighted to confirm the signing of Tarik Muharemovic, who signs the club from Italian Serie A side Sassuolo on a 5-year deal for an undisclosed fee. The towering defender becomes our second permanent addition of the summer transfer window after the signing of Harry Wilson, bringing a wealth of experience at a young age. Muharemovic was a standout performer for Sassuolo throughout the 25-26 campaign, and his side finished in a highly respected 11th place. Following that fine form, the 23-year-old went on to represent Bosnia and Herzegovina in the FIFA World Cup this summer. Commanding centre-back, who stands 6'4", so he's the same height as me, not 6'5", so I can look him in the eyeballs. In height, Tarik began his career in Austria and made his professional debut for Wolfsberger AC in the country's top flight. Just 6 matches with the club were enough to alert clubs from around European and Italian giants. Juventus swooped quickly to secure his service, but Tarik was able to develop further and would go on to become a full international while at Turin. In August 24, he went on loan to Sassuolo and scored for the club in just a second game. That was a sign of an impressive season to come, as the Nero Verdi were crowned champions of Serie B, earning promotion back to the Italian top division. With 30 appearances under his belt for the club, Muharemovic moved to Mapai Stadium that was made permanent. He then contributed a fine form in 33 appearances last season across all competitions. An international level central defender who also flourished with 17 senior caps to his name, having played in the UEFA Nations League, World Cup qualifiers, World Cup playoffs, and ultimately this summer's final. Muharemovic becomes our second signing of the summer, and everyone at Leeds United would like to welcome him to the club and continue our preparations for the 26-27 season. Magic. Yep. Magic stuff. There we go. Sean said, what about John Charles Jarrett? He's a big boy as well, isn't he? DJ, 34 million to double your money down the line. Smart. It could be, yeah. And Groove, 1-year contract. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If a Jay Charles does come in. By the way, on that, my information was incorrect on timeframes. I still think it's going to happen. But that's just timeframe was wrong. I don't like being wrong on timeframes. So put that out. Absolutely fantastic. At last, Tarik was signed for Leeds United. Shrewd business. Absolutely, Paul. I hope we get Trafford. So do I. It's Liam says amazing signing Jer. It is Abigail. You want to improve you need to upgrade looks. Calm on the ball. Better than don't panic, Mr. Manor stroke. I never had a problem with Pascal's stroke. He could get turned, and that was the only thing. As I used to say, he was like a hobbit. He'd go on adventures at least once a game. But good to see you. Hey, we got a replacement. That's Leeds for you, Paul. Bring Rafinha back now. Let's get him in. Breezy says, think he is a good required improvement from stroke in most areas. How annoyed Sunderland fans got just shows how good he is. Yeah, they thought he had him. Johnson on a free end. Yeah, why not? Good shout, Sean. Leeds players attract players. I see Trafford in a Leeds shirt, MOT. I think Farke will change formation. I think he's dying to go back to a back four, but you've got a stack of really good defenders. Why change that? Nanto's Ganja. I think he might go. World's White, if we get Trafford and Brandt, this is a good window. 10 and another striker. Who's next? 49ers mean business to keep Leeds United firmly in the top flight and establish. There's so many comments, guys. So many comments. I'm going to go to the most recent ones, okay? Work back. Danny's here. Good evening to you, Danny. Could be said of his... Oh, Thomas Sean Healy. V8 Venom, Pajou and Sprint. Don't mention the war. Don't mention more. Ollie Ward in the house. Good evening to you, Ollie. Evening, sir. Muharemovic to be worth 80 million by next year. Hopefully, Leeds United to be top 10 by next year. Any news on a striker? Nothing. Michael says, Jer, the Muharemovic deal happened quite quickly, yet the Shea Charles. So what Graham Smith said on this last week was the Shea Charles situation was Leeds felt they could get him and weren't going to rush it because they feel they can get him for the price. The Muharemovic situation seems to be Sassuolo and his agent leaked the information to Fabrizio Romano and DiMarzio, and that forced Leeds to go quickly to try and get the deal done, which means Leeds may have overpaid slightly than what they wanted to pay. So there is that. Warren says, can't wait to see Wilson and Tarik in Chicago for preseason friendlies. Yeah, meeting. We'll cover them on the watch-alongs as well. At 1 o'clock on the official Leeds United YouTube first day training video, DCL asked Longstaff if he's moving on. Longstaff says yes. Is that real? Because he has changed his agency. See about that one. DJ says he played against... John, come back to me on that one, will you? Because, I haven't seen that, but I'll have to check it out. He played against Jackie last year and scored. Cheers, Sean. Haven't seen that. Danny says Healy, though, I thought it was a little taller than that. BMG, assuming we get Brandt, Trafford and Charles, how much cash do you think we have left? But Brandt is a free. Now, wages and signing on fee, obviously. That's still part of your SCR, but he's a free. Charles could be 25. Wilson was free, so you've got what? 34 here plus 25 is 54, 59 million. The rumoured price that Leeds have is over 100 million. So about 50, 60 million quid there. If you sell players as well, you could go into 120, 130 million. It depends on the exits, doesn't it? Sean says, yeah, Jerry, you can look him in the eyes while I look at his belly button. Leave his belly button alone, Sean. He won't like that. He'll leave the club. The official Zoom says, in the testing video mentioned, Gabby gets back on the 21st and Aronson on the 27th. They'll likely meet Leeds in America, you would imagine. I'd say Brendan stay there. Someone's leaving to pay. I'd say a few are leaving to pay. Yeah. Zenex says, hi, Jer. Any news on the fullback? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Any tall, dark. You see, right, okay. This is the difference. You put that in Joe Blackburn's chat the other day and he didn't put it up. Well, I think to put them up before I read them because I can't see the small chat. So well done, mate. You got me. I enjoyed that one. Leeds said, Jer, I think Leeds are selling the project of Europe next season. Well, they're going to have to push for it, yeah. We really need a Shea Charles, 22 years of age, very high ceiling, could be a very dynamic midfielder, probably has more strings to his bow than Ilya Groove. And I quite like Ilya Groove, as people know. But could have a bit more to him. So, yeah, I think so. Russ, Russ. Love your content, Jer. Can't wait to see who's next. Yeah, me neither. It's been good so far. Right. What else we got to talk about? You're welcome. You can have that one. City starting at minus 50 points. Haaland spotted Ellen Road. Wouldn't that be class? Where were we? I missed one there. I did miss this comment there. Phil, how are you, Phil? 49ers know when to negotiate and when not. Let's just trust them. I keep saying it. They've got credit in the bank. Let them do their thing. Ollie says, just check Longstaff thing myself. It's quite hard to work out what he is saying. Yes, okay, yeah. We're not getting like Kelly. Forget about it. He's too slow. Vober cover for Tarik. Danny, you can't say this without people picking the bit they want to hear on this. But if you were to take emotion out of it and being a fan, if he was fit, you wouldn't be shocked that a manager, not a fan, a manager would go, yeah, fine, he's good. He'll do me for left cover. And he's got a year left. That gives you another year for you to replace him. And who's going to buy him anyway? So who's the starting 11 now? Well, it's another in goal. Bogle. If you go with a back three, then it's Muharemovic, Bial and Rodon for me. And good. Gabby left back. Midfield hasn't changed. So you're probably looking at Ampadu, Stack, Longstaff or Tanaka, Wilson, Okafor, DCL. Currently, yeah. Hope you're good. Yeah, that's about Ollie. Just seeing his interview, I'm surprised how well his English is. I expected it broken up. It's funny because I have a friend from Kosovo, that region of Europe, that they all tend to speak quite a lot of languages quite fluently. My friend Burnham speaks 8 different languages all around, all the countries around that region he speaks. So, yeah, there is probably something in that he's had to learn those. Have you seen Born Out? Change his kit number 33. That could be by choice, though. He wasn't wearing a first choice one last season either. He might have chose that one. He could be leaving. We're moving on. Harry Wilson has no number on his shirt, which is interesting. Any pub recommendations in Dublin to watch the Leeds game? The Camden, Georgia Street, top of Georgia Street, right before the Bleeding Horse. Yeah, that is the Leeds pub to watch them in. Massive screens and great crack, great atmosphere. Big shout out to the lads in the Camden Whites. Yep. Ollie says, hope you're well. MOT, smash the like for Jer. Thanks, Ollie. Hope you're well, buddy. We have to talk soon, by the way. Leeds is Farke playing a 4-4-2 in some games with Nanto Ramazani. I would be shocked if he plays Ramazani. I think Ramazani is going to go to Valencia. He's definitely going to go. I think it'll be a 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, or he'll try a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, which is the same as a 4-3-3, slight variation on it. What do you think about Yunus Musa? I think he's rubbish, and I don't think we sign him. I think the AC Milan fans are doing absolutely everything they can to encourage somebody to buy him. He's downgrade for me, Yunus Musa. It's not a player I think Leeds would sign. I take Vober back for his quality, like we did with Brendy rather than Harrison. Big up, Jer. Thank you, all boxed up. Appreciate that. Good news. It is good news, yeah. Dodo, good morning of mine in Bosnian, and his English is better than mine. Morning, mate of mine in Bosnia. Mate of mine in Bosnia. Yeah. Now you just picked 12 players here. Well, look, if we get away with it, let's stick 11 in. We get another one in. He speaks 5 languages, apparently. Not surprised. Nanto Ramazani can be impact subs. I like Nanto. I like Nanto. I think there's number 10 in Nanto long term, but they need to upgrade and they're not going to get minutes. He's very young. Tony said behaviour. Tarik signed and Brandt data Torbash. Well, that's what Graham Smith and Baron Cross have said. Yeah, can't handle too much excitement in one go. It's not me saying it this time. Charlie says because he had it at Colne. LUFC Oscar, I reckon Pirro is leaving and Wilson gets the number 10 shirt. Or does somebody else come in? Does Brandt get that number 10 if he comes in? Are they waiting to see who they bring in for squad numbers this summer? Breezy says, you're going to Man United game in Dublin, Jer? I am. I will be in Hill 16. Warren says, wonder if Wilson snags the number 10 from Pirro there. Again, yeah, I think it might be somebody else. Wilson might snag the 8 from Longstaff if he moves on. Are we going back to 4-2-3-1? You have to wait and see, I think. Richard Shepherd said, Jer, the man, he's allowed 12. Yeah, I'm allowed. We'll take it. Let's go with it. Russ says, Jer, first 2 games on Premier Sports 2 made Premier Sports have. And it's great because they'll be on TV in Ireland then. We'll cover them. Jeremy, yeah, again, if you're not followed, go over to bigup.com, the Leeds View, follow us. We do watch-alongs, we do debriefs over there as well. There's no adverts. If you hate adverts, they're over there. Completely free to join us. And sign up. Cracking platform. We have a bit of crack over there. We don't take it too seriously. The lads are brilliant, by the way. It's a fantastic little community we're building over there as well. So come and check us out over there. Danny Rumsey, Wilson, Ward, number 8 shirt of Fulham. He did. That's what I'm thinking as well, mate. LUFC Steve says, it's a pity our England squad have a manager who just doesn't get it. Sack him. You're talking to an Irishman. Keep him. Keep him as long as you fucking can. I'm joking. To be fair, Thomas Tuchel wasn't the person not marking Martinez, and Thomas Tuchel wasn't the man who left Fernandez completely free on the edge of the box. Good players for that. But with him, absolutely butchered that. Well, look, it's going to get worse. Probably going to get worse. Phil says, I'm sure offers have already been received for the likes of James, Nanto Gruev, and Ramazani. They know, yeah, I would say so as well. LUFC Oscar, thoughts on Trafford and Brandt? Do you think we get? I don't know. I'm not going to say we're going to get anybody anymore. The fact that we're talking to them and there's positive noises, Trafford seems to be Leeds' number 1 standout target this summer, considering you've just blown 34 million quid on a centre back. And I don't mean blown in a negative way. And your main target's still on the market. Why not? And if Suzuki was going to cost you 35 to 40 million, why not spend it on James Trafford? We'll have to wait and see. And Brandt to be fantastic, by the way. And also, I think you're rotational. I don't think you play every game. But gives you really good options and raises that floor of the squad. John says, we have players that can change system? We do. That's really important. John says, Camden is good if you want one closer to Croker, the Bald Eagle on Bernard Shaw. Yeah, well done, Sean. If you are trying to drink around Croke Park, Camden's miles away from Croke Park. It's closer to the Aviva, other side of the city. But yeah, fair play to Sean. So Bald Eagle on Bernard Shaw. On the Bernard Shaw. Lee Bird said, evening, hope you're all well. We are. Just need rid of the dead wood. I don't like calling them dead wood. These players have all done a job for Leeds United. And if they do leave, they leave with our blessings and they leave with our best wishes. So I like Nanto Ramazani, but gutted when they go. Think it could be another question. I don't think so. Nanto maybe, Ramazani not. No. He was decent in the second half of the season with Valencia, but I don't think he's got a higher ceiling than what we're seeing of him right now. Nanto I do. Good morning, mate. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Max Barber said, did anyone catch when DCL said to Wilson, mate, I'm glad to see you, or something like that? I don't know. Didn't listen too hard to it. Aaron Mark, how you doing, boy? Hope you're well. Even people, training top he's wearing is lovely stuff. He's cooking it up. You can buy that training top through our Fanatics links, which will be in the description of today's news video. Thanks for letting me plug that, Mark. Human Bulldozer, how many people would you be happy with us bringing in? I think 5 and 6. I think you're looking at, you've 2 in now. Need a goalkeeper. Need a 10, need a 9, just 5. Probably need a backup left back. Maybe backup midfielder, just 7. Maybe 7. Not 10. 7 would be good summer. Jeremy says, I'd be good if Nanto, no Leeds fan can say is... I love... Look, I do. I like Willie Nanto. And I think he was really good last year when he came off the pitch. I think we saw much more mature Willie Nanto last year. I think he's grown up. His professionalism was talked about last season as well. He did exactly what he needed to do for the team. No issue with him at all. But I think at 22 years of age, he's going to want football. John Pepper, I'm buzzing with this transfer so far. More to come. Get in, Leeds. We can do this MOT. Jamie's talking to Max. Danny says, I had a little flutter on Argentina to beat England too. Whoa, Danny. Well done. John says, Kane and Bellingham back-pocketed. John, read the room, pal. You're in a Leeds audience now. You're not in an international audience. Sort yourself out. Jason says, Trafford counts as homegrown. Well, he is homegrown. He's English. Absolutely, yeah. Sean, and they're chatting. Jerry, do you think we'll see an unexpected record club sale? What is the record club sale? Rafa, the record club sale, 40 million? I don't think so. Michael Brown, Jerry, as I understand, the Premier League and English Football League are thinking of bringing in hydration breaks. They can get bent. Who needs a hydration break when it's bucketing rain in November in Beeston? Come on. One Leeds James Trafford will be our new number 1. We'll see. Give my stack vibes this new boy. Another big lad, Jer. I'm only 5'6". I got a pair of planners. Look, go. Get you some springs on your feet, Alan. Sean's going to the game. That's having chats. Healy, don't let's just have a chat, lads. Thinking of bringing in hydration breaks is for health. It's bollocks, by the way. I'm sorry. I don't swear in the channel, but it is. It's utter bollocks. It'll be for American TV again because they'll try and sell more Premier League coverage over there. Don't buy it. You don't need it. I've played football my entire life. Never needed a hydration break. Even when it was bearing down with the heat, you can get a drink of water whenever you need. There's no need for it. Absolute bullshit. Here's an idea. Reduce the amount of international games on an international calendar. Simple as that. How about you don't play tournaments at the end of a season when the year's over? Reduce the amount of games and players. Stop adding on games and then bringing in this crap to try and justify advertising. Even here they did it, by the way. Even in Ireland, they didn't break for the hydration breaks for the first couple of weeks, and then they start taking advert breaks. They're all doing it. Don't buy it. Sorry, there's my soapbox. Yeah. I just meant any current players get sold unexpectedly. Who would there be? Like who stands out as some? I mean, Okafor maybe, but you might get 25, 26. DCL, unlikely. Comcast Sky want more money. It's exactly what it is. Wayne's World of Rock Music, all go and goal. As an ex-goalkeeper, I'll put my head where... Well, that's what you need, isn't it? Trasic, I'd like Leeds to finish all the main transfers before pre-season. But pre-season training's back. They're back since Monday, yeah. So pre-season football kicks off next Tuesday. There is a game this weekend for Junior 21. It's interesting to see, do any of the loanees that have come back go on that. I think reducing the squad age is a brilliant idea. It is. It really is. Dirk says, Jerry, did you get to speak to Gary Kelly? I didn't. Haven't seen it. I've been out of the house in 2 days, but I'm working on it. Phil says, the fact that they're talking to players like Brandt and Trafford will make it easier to... I would imagine so, yeah. LUFC Steve, the job the 49ers are doing is amazing this year. The fact that the media are late to the party is what it should be. I should clarify my comments about the media, by the way. What I was saying the other day in the news was, I don't like club giving false information. They can give no information. But I think if you disenfranchise the local media, should your ownership ever turn nasty, like we've had in the past, you want that local media to be credible, to hold them to account. Now, I'm not saying they should be given the information. If they ring up and say, look, any interest in this player, Leeds can simply say, can't talk about it. We're not talking about transfers, end of story. No problem with that. I just don't think they should be giving them incorrect information like, yeah, we haven't moved for him. No need for that. That's just, look, that's if the worst case scenario was ever to happen again, if you have a Ken Bates or a Chilino in charge again, you want someone to hold the club to account, you're going to want them to be credible to do that. I'd rather sell James than Nonto, similar value, but I fear that James might be. If Dan James can get over the injuries of last season, which was poor from, Dan James offers a huge amount as even an impact sub off the bench with the pace. Same with Brendan Aronson off the bench. You bring those players off the bench with 25 minutes, half an hour to go against a tired side, and you might actually see a huge benefit from them. Tanaka, Danny, maybe, I don't think it'd be a record signing, a record sale. Jer, just come on. It's true that Brandt and his dad. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Graham Smith and Baron Cross confirmed it, which means the club have confirmed it. Stephen Henderson, looks like we've got a great signing in our back. Come on, Tarik. Tarik, prove your worth and welcome to the White Army. Well said, Jer. Hydration breaks. It's just stupid. I mean, at some point you've got to say stop, will you? I mean, hire someone in a common sense department to go, no, you're not doing that. It's ridiculous. Go away. You know, James said if Leeds can land Julian, Brandt and James Trafford, it'll be a good window. It really will be. Guys, there's so many comments, but we are going to wrap it up there. Look, it's yeah, Batesy did pass away the other day as well. Yeah, lived until his 90s. Hell of a shift. User FM3VY9CH9T. Fantastic name. We've got no goalie. We've got two right now. We've got Perry and we've got Cairns. They haven't gone anywhere yet, but when somebody comes in, somebody can go. So let's see. But it remains to be seen if Arsenal got a bargain, but we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, smash the like if you could. There's 694 watching. If you could smash the like, it helps the video to get out to more people. Continues to help the channel to grow, which helps me. Best way to support the channel, the number one way to support the channel is subscribe and like the content. That is it. I will let you go. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Have a great weekend. We will have a transfer talk tomorrow. We will talk more about Julian Brandt, James Trafford. If you haven't seen today's news video, go check it out. We don't talk about Muharemovic at all. We talk about all the other ones. You can go check that out. It is on the page right now. And if you want to support the channel and buy the training gear, the pink or the blue or the hoodie or the long sleeve top, the links are down below in the description of today's news. And they will be on this as soon as I get off and actually add them on because I forgot to put them on tonight. There you go. Anyway, enjoy your night. Tarik Muharemovic. You know what? Tarik Muharemovic is a Leeds United player. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you soon. See you. Bye.